Hi everyone, this is Niki Rodent. Today I have a layout for GoGo Getaway. It's a Cybercrop today, and we are collaborating with Pear Tree Cut Files. So make sure you join in and grab some of the freebies that are on offer today. So the challenge I'm playing along with now is the shape challenge. So we have like the sky image with clouds and stars and moons. That's what I'm doing. So I have, rather than create a sky scene on my layout, I am just going to use all of those shapes separately-ish and create a layout with all of those shapes on the layout, but not necessarily in the same way as it looks on the shape image. Okay, so I have got this, I'm working with the really fabulous Spooky collection by Lottie Loves Paper, by Pebbles, that I got from Lottie Loves Paper, and I'm using that really awesome orange paper that has got spooky words all over. So it's got scary, Halloween, boo, mwahaha, those, all the eek, all those types of words. So anyway, it's a very busy paper. So I've torn off a large section of it to go at the top of my layout, and I've put a vellum overlay on top, and that just dulls it down a little bit, makes it a little bit less bright and crazy. So yeah, and I'm just attaching that with staples, and then I'm going to stick that to the top of a piece of black cardstock, which is going to be my base. So the image, the shape challenge image, has got clouds. So I've just cutting myself a large silver cloud from glitter cardstock. I've just doodled that onto a piece of white card, made sure I was happy with the shape, and then cut round it, used it as a template, drew around that, and cut it onto the silver. I'm probably going to add some punched clouds as well, but for now I'm just going to stick with that large cloud there. I have these two photos, Halloween photos, and then I have these stars that I've cut from the Spooky pattern papers. I've just used some metal dies to cut those out. I've cut them in various sizes, so I've got some in orange and black stripes and some just in black. The black actually has little pussycat faces on, but you can't really see that on the screen, but in real life you can see it. It's quite subtle, but you can see it. So I've just punched a couple more clouds out of the same silver cardstock. So now I've currently got clouds covered and stars covered, so I just need a moon, and then I will have managed to complete this challenge. Okay, so I've got a couple of Bramble Fox perspectives that I would like to use on this layout. So I have the word scary, that's in orange, that looks great on the silver, and then I also got the stars at the bottom. You can just about see them, a strip of stars in black, and it is going along the bottom edge of my photo. Now it's a bit long, so I'm going to split that in two pieces and put a long one on one side and a shorter one on the other side. So currently I'm still just faffing around and arranging my clouds and my shapes, my stars, and trying to work out where everything should go. Obviously I want the layout to look balanced. I've got my photos kind of in the middle. I want a vertical design going on from top to bottom. Oh, there's the moon. I managed to get the moon in. So that is a chipboard piece from a crate paper. It might be Hey Pumpkin, there it is, from last year, rather than the new ones. Yes, that's crate paper Hey Pumpkin moon that I've just got in place at the top there. That's just going over the top of one of the silver clouds. The big silver cloud gives me a really lovely big area of kind of white space almost behind my photo, so I'm happy with how that looks. And then I've layered up some of my stars as well, so I've got the black ones on top of the orange and black ones. I've just added a pumpkin next to my left photo. That's a chipboard piece from the same Hey Pumpkin collection. I'm now just mounting my photos, so I'm going to use the same paper that I used for the background, but I'm not going to cover it in vellum, so I'm going to leave it bright orange, but I've just cut two photo mounts, one for each photo, and just stressing the edges there. Yeah, just sorting that out. I'm going to put those photos. I'm pretty much happy with how the layout's looking. I'm pretty much happy with how my photos are going to go. So I just need to start sticking things down now, because otherwise I'm going to continue to add embellishments and elements to this page, and then not have stuck anything down. So I need to start sticking. So I just stuck my big pattern paper piece onto the background, and I'm going to raise up the bottom edge with the foam pads, although I haven't quite done that yet. My photos are mounted. I can get those stuck in place now, and then I need to sort out my stars. The stars, I'd like to distress the edges of all of those before I stick those in place. The cloud doesn't need the edges distressing because it's glittery. I don't think it would work very well if I tried to distress the edges of that, so I've left that as it is. But I'm really happy with how this is looking, so I'm going to really commit now and get everything stuck down. So the piece of paper I've used for the background, cardstock, the black cardstock, is a basil cardstock, and it's one of those ones that is called a dots paper or card, and it has like small embossed dots all over the background. So that is, you can't see it on the video, but you might be able to see it in the close-ups. It just gives an extra texture to the layout, and gives the bottom half of the layouts a little bit more interest, instead of a plain black sheet. So just another version of textured cardstock. It's just a different texture to the stripy type ones. Okay, so I'm still just continuing on here, adding in all of those elements that I'd already kind of arranged and got in place. I say I'm layering up my stars. I've broken my Bramble Fox perspective into 2 pieces now, so that I can put a line of stars along the bottom of the left photo and 3 stars along the bottom corner of the right photo. It just didn't look right because it was too long for my photos, so it didn't look right as one piece. So thankfully it broke really nicely. I wouldn't attempt to cut something like that with scissors. I literally just broke it in between my thumb and forefingers. It was a bit of a risk because it could have broken in the wrong place, but I had the pressure in the right place, so I hoped that it would break okay, and it was perfect. It's a real clean break. Yeah, absolutely perfect there. Okay, so just getting my top section stuck in place as well. So the silver cloud at the top there is now in place. The moon can be stuck properly. It was just placed on top before, then I've got my little stripy star above my big cloud, and the pumpkin to the left of the photo, and another star there. And then I'm now getting in place that scary perspective by Bramble Fox. That's one of the new Bramble Fox perspectives from this year. Oh, the stars, the line of stars is from the October Fox box, I think, but the other one, the scary, is from a set of Halloween words that should be available in the Bramble Fox shop. Okay, so talking just to mention about Pear Tree Cut Files again, we're collaborating with Pear Tree Cut Files today, and that means that they have a bunch of freebie cut files available for anybody who joins in with the GoGo Getaway Cybercrop that we're putting on today. We have a Halloween feel, of course, because it's Halloween today, for all of our challenges, but if you're not into Halloween, you can do other things. They can all be interpreted in non-Halloween ways, so don't let Halloween put you off if you're not into that. You could certainly do autumn themes, or you could do any theme you like, to be honest. It's easy to include clouds and stars, perhaps not a moon, into a non-Halloween layout, absolutely. So you can go as Halloween or non as you like. We're collaborating with Pear Tree Cut Files, so head on over there to grab the freebies, we as the design team have, the GoGo Getaway design team, have not used those Pear Tree cut files for our sample layouts. So this one, for example, I have not used a cut file, but we have got 4 gorgeous, absolutely awesome interpretations of each of our challenges by the Pear Tree Cut Files girls, who have used Pear Tree Cut Files on their layouts. So if you would like some inspiration, then head over there and check those out. Okay, so I've just added my title. You can't really see it too well on screen, but it says Happy Haunting. That's one of the spooky phrase thickers. And now I just need to add in a few more bits to kind of build up my clusters. I also added a whole bunch of stars to the background. They are old freckled fawn enamel stars with glitter, and they were a set of pink, yellow and orange. So I haven't used the pink ones, but I've used the yellows and the orange because that goes perfectly with Halloween. So I've put those all over my sky, and I am also going to add some wood veneer ones there as well. But right now I'm trying to work out what I can put, what other ephemera and things I can put in place for my clusters. So I have got so much Pebbles Spoooky ephemera. There is so much of it, I'll never be able to use it all, I don't think. So just going through and picking out the bits that will work. So I love this big 31 ticket, so I was putting that on the side there. Meant I had to move a couple of other things out of the way, the star in particular, but that's no problem, I can reattach. So getting that in place, just dressing the edges. Over on the left hand side I've popped in a big owl. I liked him because he goes well with the moon, because owls come out at night, right? That was my kind of thinking behind that. And I've put in a little tiny pumpkin there as well. I feel like there's quite a lot going on this layout already, so I'm not going to go crazy with the rest of the ephemera. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm now adding my wood veneer stars to the background. Now, I struggle to attach wood veneer stars or wood veneer anything to vellum, or attach anything to vellum, to be honest, because I tend to use glossy accents to stick these types of things in place, and being a wet adhesive, that can sometimes make the vellum warp. So I really ummed and ahed about whether I should go for it, but I decided I would, and I only use a really tiny amount of glossy accents under each star, because I just didn't want, if I use too much, then it will definitely cause some warping, but I figured I might be able to get away with a small amount, so that is what I have done. So a tiny amount of glue underneath each one, and that has stuck those in place. I'm now adding some sequins along the horizontal line that I have going on between the top pan paper and the bottom black, and just getting those stuck in place. They are by Spiegelmum Scraps. I said at the beginning I wasn't planning to create a sky scene, but I kind of have done, haven't I, with the stars, but it's not the same as the shape image with the stars raining down from the clouds and that kind of thing. So it's a little bit of a different look to the shape image, but that's fine because the challenges can of course be interpreted in any way you like. Okay, so just adding in some silver paint splatters. So I'm using No One's Chrome Inklings by Shimmers, and I've just put some water in there. I'm just going to let that sit for a few moments to dissolve the top layer of paint and give me a nice rich paint to paint with, splatter with, and also I'm going to paint my stars. So I love painting wood veneer. It takes the paint really well, and when you're using something like shimmers, you then, once it dries, you can really see the shimmer as well, because the paint kind of soaks into the wood a little bit but leaves all the glitter on top, so you get a really great effect. I love painting wood veneer. It's definitely one of my favorite things to do with wood veneer. So yeah, just painting those with a paintbrush and the paint directly from the pot, and now I'm adding some splatters of silver paint as well along that line. They're not showing up too well here, but they look good on my layout. I can see them quite well on my layout, but they're just not showing up particularly well on the screen. Maybe I need to add some more water. Anyway, I'm now looking for a pen to write the date onto one of my black stars. Now there's nowhere white or light to write, so I've gone for a white pen in the black star to write my date. Okay, that is me done. So thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you head over to the GoGo Getaway group to play along with the Cybercrop challenges that we have going on today, and happy Halloween! Thank you so much. That was Niki Rowland for GoGo Getaway.